Hi, let's understand slopes a little bit better. What is a slope? What it represents? Slope represents steepness of a line. You can see here we have an x-axis and the y-axis, and there is a line. It is a linear function because it is straight. So if I have to represent a slope, understand slope, slope is rise, go up, run. Rise on the y-axis and run on the x-axis. So slope is better understand as the steepness of a line. It is also called rise over run, easy to understand, rise over run, and it is nothing but change in y-axis and change in x-axis. How to find a slope? Easy way to find a slope is y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Now what are y2, y1, x2 and x1? These are my coordinates. One set of the coordinate, another set of the coordinate. Right? So if I go back to my graph and if I label this first point as x1, y1 and this point as x2, y2. So change in y, change in x is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Slope is also denoted by lowercase m. And in some books, instead of writing change in y like this, they also say use this little triangle, which is called delta. This is called delta. So they also represent change in y over change in x. And this also means nothing but slope. Let's try to solve few questions to get better understanding. In this particular question, they are asking us to find the slope of a line passing through each pair of points. Okay, so my first line of action would be label. Always label. Let's label the first coordinate as x1, y1, another one x2, y2. Second thing, write the equation. That means what is change in y? Change in x, which is nothing but slope, and I can find it by y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Now I have all the settings done. Let's find it out. M is equal to y2. What is y2? y2 is 1 minus y1 is 0. 0. Okay. Now I need x2 and x1. Let me change the color of this so that you can understand a little bit better what we are talking about. Now we need x2. x2 is 3 and x1 is minus 2. So I will put minus in the brackets. Why? Because of a change in y and change in x, it says y2 to be subtracted by y1 and x2 subtracted by x1. Subtraction sign is already there. I need to just write the whole x1. And be careful with this because this is the common mistake that we often do. So 1 minus 0 is 1. And if I open the brackets, minus and minus will become positive. So 3 plus 2. Okay, we are almost there. M is equal to 1/5. And third point, always box your answer. Right? Let's see whether our answer matches the graph. We have a graph somewhere. Here you go. If I graph it, it will represent the same answer. M is equal to 1/5. Let's try one more. We are trying question number B. First thing first, label. Second thing, write the equation down, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This time, let's graph first. Okay. First thing, label. x1, y1, x2, y2. Now here's the thing, you can interchange them. You can say, can I say x2, y2 and x1, y1? Yes, you can. If I graph negative 1, 2 and 2 and 2, how the graph will look like? Oh, the graph is something like this. And as you can see, it is a horizontal line. Why? Let's try to solve using our formula for slope and figure it out why it has m is equal to 0. And write everything again. y2 is 2 minus y1 is 2 again. Okay, x2 is 2 minus x1 is negative 1. If I simplify it, 2 minus 2 will generate 0 and this will be 3. Because we have a 0 in the numerator, everything will become 0 and it will have a horizontal slope. Okay, let's try one more. Okay, first thing first, label it. x1, y1, x2, y2. Find the slope. I will plug all the values again. y2 is negative 1 minus y1 is 4. Perfect. x2 is 1, y1 is 0. Let's simplify. Negative 1, negative 4 will be negative 5. And it is 1. I can rewrite it. M is equal to negative 5. Again, box your answer. See if our answer matches with the graph. Here you go. Our question is perfect. One more. 3 and 3, 4, 3, 1. Okay, label it. Always label it first. Okay, now write the formula and let's now plug it. x2 is 1, x1 is 4. Not x2, y2 and y1. Now x2 is 3, y1, x1 is 3 again. Oh, I can see something happening in the denominator. Let's try to figure it out. M is equal to negative 3 and 0. Oh, we have a 0 in the denominator. Whenever we have 0 in the denominator, it is undefined. always, always. And how the graph of an undefined slope looks like, because it is undefined, it will be a vertical line. Right? Right? It is a vertical line. That's how my undefined slope will look like. Okay, perfecto.